teacher want to, I have?
No. I told you something about
it was a boot camp aerobics class. And so you're in there voluntarily. You can leave at any time. But she was so mean to us. She would tell us that if we didn't exert ourselves or like do the exercise better, that she was going to keep us over class time. That was so absurd to me. How could she say that? I'm
having flashbacks.
Yes. I'm having flashbacks and I'm going to torture you guys. So that's why you get this example, Kelly, just for you. Okay. I wrote it this way just to remind you. Whenever you have a fraction like this, it reads down, right? So really the stuff on the bottom, it's really being written 2x plus 3 going into the top stuff. Now, as far as prep work, we didn't have any prep work on the last one. But on this one, you have to write it with the powers counting down, right? And if you're missing a power, I told you to put a space holder, so we're going to explore that in a second too. That means on top I've got 4x cubed. Then what comes next? 6x squared. So we're counting down 3 to, I don't have x to the 1, but I need it. I mean, I told you to count down. That's what I said the objective was when you're doing prep work. So how can I deal with this? How can I make it so that it doesn't put 1 there? It kind of just is there but not. It's not a 1. Be careful, because a 1 would actually make the x there. But it's close. A 0. Because if I put 0 here, that means I have no x to the first, right? But I'm just showing this as a space holder to make my division prettier in a second. Trust me, you'll want this here. Plus 6. And it's still going to be divided by 2x plus 3. I didn't start the dividing. All I did is I wanted to show you how I'm going to rewrite the top. So I prepped the top. That's all I did right here. Prepped.
Where did you say you got the 0x from?
So I count my x's down, and my highest is my highest power. My highest power is a 3, so I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, none. And since I didn't have a 1, I put a 0 in front of my x to the first to say, yeah, I didn't have any of those. There were no x to the first. So that's what we did. We haven't started dividing yet, and I'm not going to leave it in a fraction when I divide. That'd be crazy. But I'm just wanting to show you the prep work, and I left it as close to the original way the book wrote it as I could. Now, to divide this thing, now that we've prepped it up, that was important. If you don't prep them, guys, you can get through them, but it will make your life so miserable. This right here keeps it nice. Make sure that prep work is so important. The bottom piece, 2x plus 2, that's also in order. Notice, x to the first and 3 has no x's, because x to the 0 is like 1, right? That's why you don't show x to the 0. So it goes x to the first, x to the 0, basically. So let's write the division. We have 4x cubed minus 6x squared plus 0x plus 6, all being divided by 2x plus 3. So that's the actual problem we have. And the first piece is what we take into it. Right? And we just take it, we keep it small. That's why this is the kind of problem I used to want to put on my refrigerator. Seriously. It looks so hard, but once you get the hang of it, it's like riding a bike. It's so easy because it's the same pattern every time. But then people look at it and they just freak out because they think it's hard. So watch. 2x. 2x times what will give me the first piece? 4x to the third. Let's see. 2 times what gives me 4? Okay. And I already have 1x. How many more do I need? Okay. Everybody okay with that step? Because an x to the first times an x to the second, the 1 plus 2 will give me that 3. And a 2 times a 2 will give me that 4. Okay, are we okay with that? Then you take it and you multiply it back to all the pieces you have. 2x squared times 2x had better give me 4x cubed, or I made a mistake. It's good to check ourselves again, though. 2x squared times 3. A 2 times the 3 gives me what kind of 6? Positive 6x squared, right? Draw my line. I'm going to subtract. I'll put it all in parentheses because that'll make the 4 a negative and the 6 a negative. Right? When I distribute that minus, it changes the sign of both pieces. So that cancels. Oh, check it out. That one cancels too. Okay, that's nice. Oh. Sorry. Thank you, guys. These cancel, and somebody just caught the fact that I couldn't add. A negative 6 and a negative 6 gives me negative what? 12. And remember, since we're just adding and subtracting, the powers don't go together. You're just doing like terms. Good. And then I'll bring down the next piece. Okay. Now you go into the first piece. But actually, once you get the hang of it, I know you're not really thinking that yet. But once you get the hang of it, you'll think that. Okay, 2x into negative 12x squared. So 2 times what will give me negative 12? Okay. And x, let's see, how many x's am I missing? 1? Okay, because I wanted the 2, right? So I'm going to say 2 times negative 6, and I was missing 1x. So now let's take it back. Negative 6x times 2x gives me negative 12x squared. Negative 6x times 3 gives me okay. Don't forget, we got to subtract all this. That's going to change the first one to a plus, the second one to a plus, right? That cancels these, and I get what kind of thing? Positive 18x, right? Then bring down my 6. Okay. Are you guys starting to see the pattern? Starting to get it? 2x times what gives me 8x? Wait a second. 2 times what gives me 18? 9. Good. Positive or negative? Let's show that sign so it'll be clear. Okay. So 9 times 2 gives me an 18, and then I get an x. 9 times 3 gives me 27, right? I put the center of the screen, so now my text is getting a little bit funny looking.
Question before you go any further.
Yes.
Where the minus, where did the positive 18 come from?
Because remember when it is, see right there, it's minus. But when you take that negative, because you subtract every time, that changes it to a positive and a positive. That's why I put them in circles to remind myself that I distributed. Okay. So if you don't see circles, if you haven't gone through and changed your signs, you probably shouldn't be doing it yet. Don't get grumpy on me here. This isn't okay. Okay. Now then, we're subtracting these two. We have a minus and a minus, because when I shared, it changes the signs, right? You can see that happen? So this is going to cancel. What's 6 minus 27 gives me?
Negative 21.
Okay, I'm done. So that negative 21 is going to go on top of 2x plus 3. That's my answer on top. No. That was my remainder. This is one of my favorite topics to teach.
Does it get any harder than that?
No, it actually can't. I could make the one longer on the outside, but you won't really ever see that. It's always the exact same process. This chapter's a doozy, though. I'm going to tell you. Even though each section by itself is kind of, you can do it, it's when you mix them up, like on the quiz today. That's when it gets tough. That's what you got to study for the test, is making sure you don't cross the stuff.